Hello.
Hi.
We're back once again.
Once again.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do today?
I moved my PS4 from downstairs to upstairs, which is pretty cool.
You have like a special den now.
Yeah. I had the dilemma of being an antisocial weirdo, but then I realized it's fine.
It's not antisocial. We spend lots of time together. We do really good activities like gardening.
And like
and
making a fucking tagine.
Segue.
That was a great segue.
Well done, sir.
All right.
Okay, so today we're going to make a Moroccan style tagine, chicken one. A couple things. A tagine, people probably think is a stew.
Yes? No?
No, a tagine actually refers to the cooking vessel. This particular tagine,
Straight from Morocco.
straight from Morocco. I brought it back from Morocco, like wrapped in, like I carried it on the plane like this because I didn't want it to break. This thing, it costs about $4 equivalent in Morocco. So I didn't buy it. If you buy them in the tourist stores,
Yeah.
they're like $50. But then a friend I met who was a chef took us to the market and I bought it for about $4. And I lugged it home. Probably the lugging cost $100, but that was, so this is my tagine.
It's pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. And the reason why it is the way it is because, okay, so it's made for a slow, moist cooking, like braising. As a whole.
Little.
The shape is made so that when the steam rises, it condenses in here and then falls down the sides and keeps the meats, that word that doesn't mean dry.
Say it, Mom.
I don't want to say it.
Say it, Mom.
Say it.
Fucking say it.
It keeps the meat moist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this is. Tagine, I brought it all the way back from Morocco. In general, there's two types of tagines in Morocco. The meat, the dish, they could be vegetarian, but if they're meat, they're either sweet and savory, so like with prunes and chilies,
Yeah.
or they're salty, like with olives and lemon juice. We're making a salty chicken one today.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Many of the ingredients here I bought on that trip to Morocco.
That was a good trip. I don't know why.
went there,
I don't
but
know
it
why
was
you didn't
really
bring me.
good.
I don't know why you didn't bring me. Yeah.
Because it was my 50th birthday present.
Yeah.
And Noel and I went by ourselves.
And you just don't love me. Yeah.
I actually really do love you. I did take you to Vietnam.
You did take me to Vietnam. And we're going to New Orleans.
And we're going to New Orleans in October, assuming the
Don't
restrictions.
say it's gonna be.
All right,
We're going to New Orleans.
So this olive oil, oh my God, it's the best olive oil I've ever had.
It's the best olive oil in the world.
It is. This olive oil I bought in a small town called Saffron in Morocco. And it's outside of Fez. And this olive oil, like if you buy this in the tourist shop, this much olive oil, extra virgin, it's about, I don't know, $100. Which is crazy, because not even $100 here in the store. But I bought this from a guy in the market, and my friend who also lived in Saffron took me there. A guy in the market who literally had like a gas, what are they called? The
Like
gasoline oil comes in?
Like an oil,
Oil
drum.
Oil drum. It was an oil drum filled with olive oil. And I went to him and I was like, I'd like 2 liters of that. He said in Arabic. Okay, good. And then he looked at me like, where's your container? Because you bring your own containers. So he rummaged around the back of his shop and he found a Coca-Cola 2-liter, poured it out, kind of rinsed it, took a ladle into the bucket, into the oil drum, and then filled this up, and it was about $1. It's so delicious.
It's very good.
It is. And all of the spices that I bought.
You never told me about the Coke part. Thanks, Mom.
The Coca-Cola part?
Yeah.
So all of the spices I also bought in Morocco at a place where they grind them while you watch. These spices, the shit that we buy at the grocery store is sawdust.
Okay, I've been thinking. You know how people say if like a person from 1,000 years ago came here and they'd be freaked out by all the cars and stuff? You know what they actually be freaked out by? All the fucking spices we have.
No, I think 1,000 years ago, I beg to differ. Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know how spices started?
How?
So the use of spices started. My friend Shelly Handler, who's going to watch this video, taught me this in culinary history class.
You guys have a fucking culinary history class?
It was my favorite class.
Sounds
Shelly taught
awesome.
this class. It was the best class ever. And we learned that the spices were often used to preserve, they didn't have refrigerations. So refrigerations?
Refrigeration?
Plural. So the spices were used to preserve meat. to like keep them from going
Yeah, but
bad.
wasn't there a giant Atlantic spice trade?
Well, there's different spices in each country. So yes, people will be less freaked out about the spices and more freaked out about the abundance of food and how easy it is to get it.
Well, we have all those spices, so I think they'd be pretty freaked out by that.
Well, they'd be freaked out by us.
Yeah,
in general.
that's fair.
Okay,
and also your tattoos.
Yeah, all
and,
the stuff.
Yeah,
all the stuff. Okay, let's get going.
Okay, let's do it.
Tagine olive oil. This dish is going to use chicken breast cut up already. Now, normally you'd use chicken with skin or not skin, but on the bone, the dark meat is more moist.
You did that time. You didn't mean to, but you still did.
I just said it without even. Oh, that hurts my face. It's more tender, but being that this is quarantine cooking, I got to use what I have in the house.
We gotta use.
I happen to have chicken breast, so we're gonna use chicken breast.
Sounds good.
And so what we do is we're going to take these chicken breasts and sort of toss them with a spice and oil mix, and then put them in here. Now, I'm going to do that first.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so what we have here
You guys think I should do a line of ginger?
Like up your nose?
Yeah.
I think that would really hurt.
You think so?
I think there's no benefit and only loss.
Okay.
And negative.
So won't do a line of ginger then.
If you want to. But I don't want to. Okay, this is chopped ginger. Okay, so we're going to put that right in the chicken. Now that was garlic. This is ginger.
That's ginger.
In the last video, I got that mixed up too.
Yeah.
Ginger. We're going to put black pepper.
If you
Smell
don't,
that.
if do I want to? Oi. That
Smells good, right?
It smells delicious.
I know. We're going to put black pepper in here. Put that after. We're going to put ground ginger. I think a lot of people, when they make Moroccan dishes, like put every spice they have in it. Oh, I'll put cumin and coriander and.
You only need a few?
Yeah, you gotta like. Don't make it muddy.
You gotta chill.
Don't make it muddy. We're gonna put some paprika. Smell that.
Ooh, very nice.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, it smells crispy.
I know.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's
Some things could smell crispy, but
it does. Think about it. It does smell crispy, doesn't it?
it smells sharp.
And crispy, like.
Crispy. And we're gonna put some turmeric.
Okay.
Just a little bit, because if you use too much turmeric, it tastes like metal.
So blood.
Kinda.
But I suck blood every night because I'm a vampire.
You are a vampire.
Yeah.
I like that about you.
I think I got that from you.
From me? Yeah, not from Dad.
No. He's more of a werewolf.
He's more of a or a hyena.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, he's a hyena.
Yeah. And then this is the shizzle right up in here. This is saffron that I bought for like, I don't know. I bought like twice this amount for $40 in Morocco. Here, I'd say $500.
$500,
Yeah.
really?
But we're going to put this in. I'll put it in now. A little goes a long way, or it also tastes like iodine. And then we're going to take.
The fancy olive oil.
I actually have to shake because it has so much sediment on the bottom.
Very
We're
nice.
gonna put about a quarter of a cup, but I'll put the recipe on the thing.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then this is cilantro. Often you use cilantro and parsley. I only have cilantro, so that's what we're using. And some people have that gene that makes it taste like soap. We don't.
Except Manny does.
Manny does. Some people will just use the leaves and throw the stems away.
No?
Shame on you.
Shame on you?
Shame on you. Stems is where all the flavor is. So I'm going to put the chopped stems in here. I'm going to use the leaves to garnish later.
Is Manny gonna watch this?
He is, and he might be offended. Well, he wouldn't eat it anyway because he's vegetarian.
But he's a weirdo, so
He's perfect.
I love Manny.
So I put this here. Doesn't care for this.
Very nice.
And then we're going to give this...
Started looking great.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a mix. Now, I'm not adding salt just now because the chicken broth we're going to use has a lot of salt in it. Okay. So I may put a little bit in, or I may salt at the end. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's that.
So, did any of your friends say I should get tattoos or not?
Oh, no one answered the poll. We should try again. Okay, so put chicken over here.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
on the bottom of the... What's this?
Tagine?
Tagine, yeah. On the bottom of the tagine, you put a little beautiful olive oil.
Look at that.
I use so much for this. I really love you guys. I use the stuff. Okay.
Quarantine cooking, no?
Yeah. And then we're going to put a bed of onions.
Oh, face me.
Oh, he faced me. Well done!
I did the oi, and I was like, oh, I might as well face me.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a certain... So these onions are cut in a certain way that is very... It's just delicious, and they get kind of like... soft, and they don't get crunchy.
Remember, you have to talk. You can't just...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
No. When I'm like, she's explaining things to me, she'll just do that. She'll just make sounds and move her hands. And no, she won't even point. She'll just do an action. But we're not playing charades. You're trying to teach me how to like cook or something.
But inside my head, I'm talking.
But you're not.
Okay, so this is the way you make this kind of cut. Is that you go not this way. Right? Because this way they're not even, because they're going to be smaller here and bigger in the middle.
Okay.
If you go this way...
Actually, I didn't know this, guys, so I'm glad I'm learning it with you.
They're the same size all the way around. I think it's called Lyonnaise cut.
So we're putting more onions.
You need a whole bed of onions.
Okay.
Comme ça?
Come see, come see.
It's about the extent of my French, though. Jaxie, my sister,
Does she speak French?
fluent.
Come on, Jaxie. Is she also an astronaut? Like,
She is basically, she does everything.
Yeah, she does.
She's like the smartest person on the planet.
also the shortest person on the planet.
She's not the short, she is...
Tiny.
She's perfect and tiny.
Remember when I was shorter than her?
She's perfect and tiny. We're leaving it at that. Back to the onions. Okay, so bed of onions. Oh my eyeballs.
You're right there.
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad.
It's quarantine cooking.
It is quarantine cookie. It's the beautiful thing. Right on top. Whatever you're going to say, keep it inside.
It's just your eyes.
You're crying.
No.
Now look stoned?
Yeah.
I'm not. Right on top, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, looks fucking great.
Yep. And then we're going to take a little bit of chicken stock.
So this is a little salty, right?
This is what's salty, yeah. So
Okay, this is the reason I didn't want you to put it in a cup, because all the stuff went to the bottom.
I stirred it.
Yeah, but then you have to stir it.
What should I put it in?
I don't know, like the can it came in.
It doesn't... Interesting.
Or the jug.
Good segue.
Yeah.
It doesn't come in a can. I have an itch on my nose, but I don't want to touch my face while I'm cooking. It doesn't come in a can. Because I didn't have any. Like the
Did it come in the garden?
box.
Yeah.
It came in the garden. We grew it.
We grew...
We're not lying.
You lying?
lying.
April Fool's joke?
Yeah, we'll tell them what I tried to do.
You failed.
I tried to rickroll him because I rickrolled him a lot. But I sent him what I thought was a hidden rickroll link. And actually, the little preview showed.
Preview came up and I completely saw it.
I know.
Dad did get me good today, though.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. This is from a product called Better Than Bouillon. It comes in a little jar and you can reconstitute it. It's very delicious.
Oh, very nice.
So then we're just going to pour a little bit of broth, not too much, over it. Now, oh, and normally when I would make stewed chicken, I'd always brown the chicken first.
Yeah, but
that's called something called the Maillard principle.
Yeah.
Shelley Handler. It's when you basically brown the outside of something and you get that cooked meat flavor. But with this one, you don't. I don't know why.
Tagine just did it for you?
If some recipes will say you should, they're not authentic recipes.
Okay.
I got this recipe from a woman who works at a place called Cafe Clock. There's one in Marrakesh and one in Fez, and she's very nice.
Okay, cool.
So we put this right on. Want to come over here?
Sure.
We put it actually right on the stove. Now the thing about tagines on the stove, you got to use a really low heat.
Yeah.
Or
Got it.
show me crack. Okay, show me crack here. Ready?
Nice.
Show me cracking the tagine. Yeah, show me with your hands. Exactly. We don't want that to happen.
Right.
So you have to go low heat, low and slow. Let yourself go low and slow. That is the tempo. Okay.
So how long is that? How long do we put on the...
We're going to put this on the stove, bring it up to a boil, then put it on, put the lid on it. I'd say we'll be back in around, because it's chicken breast, not with a bone.
Huh?
I say back in a half an hour. Let's come back in a half an hour and check. Okay?
Shoot a half an hour.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
We're back.
Hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So this has been on the stove for about a half an hour.
Yeah.
I checked it once and gave it a bit of a stir. Looks good. And I gave it a little salt. It did need a little salt.
Yes.
I tasted it.
Without me.
Well,
Alright.
yeah. Okay, so ready?
Yep.
So this is what it looks like.
Does look good.
It is. And then we're going to add
Olives.
some green olives. These are Lebanese green olives, and they have pits. So I'm going to put them in, and then we'll just deal with it. Okay. So this. This. And.
Oh, I see
some
why we kept the stems.
garnishing
Yeah.
With the, we use the stems inside, and then we're going to use the leaves on top.
Yeah.
Comme ça. And then that's our beautiful tagine. Should we taste it?
We should.
Okay. Bonus track.
You made bread.
I made Moroccan bread. I think they're called cloves.
Huh?
Oops. I'm not sure. But I baked them today earlier.
Huh?
And this is basically the utensil we would eat with. So let's see. So what we do is we open it up.
Open it up.
Yes.
It's hard to do with one hand.
It's going to be very hot, so let's just dip in the sauce.
All right.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh my god. I'm not going to double dip. I turned it over. Look at my face. Oh my god.
That's really good, Mom.
That's really good.
That's the best tagine you ever made.
I know, right? Because I'm inspired by the audience. All right, folks.
All right.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Quarantine cooking. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
So good.